Coming up in NewsNight, the Labour Department asked to intervene in the BCC NUPW dispute. Younger, more violent people entering prison. And in sports, Two Windies batters finally click, but only after India enforces the follow-on in the second test.
Broadcasting from our studios in the Pine St. Michael, this is CBC NewsNight, starting now.
Good evening with NewsNight. I'm Anne-Marie Burke. We're hearing tonight that younger, more violent people are being imprisoned in Barbados. However, there are also reports of a reduction in the reincarceration rate. Word of this from Minister of Home Affairs and Information Wilfred Abrams. He delivered the news while addressing the Prison Service's 168th anniversary church service held at the Calvary Temple Community Church in Groves, St. Philip. Our Nesta Henry has more on that story. For the period of October 2024 to October 2025, the rate of reincarceration at the Church Village St. Philip-based Her Majesty's Prison Dodds dropped from 35 to 30%. According to Minister of Home Affairs and Information Wilfred Abrams, the reduced rate is because of a strong focus on changing lives. However, he says a new trend has crept into the prison.
The recent trends indicate that there is a newer and more violent inmate being admitted to prison. Therefore, it's incumbent on the prison service to work from the inside out to ensure safer communities. It may shock a lot of you to know that the majority of persons coming into the prison now are below 20. So look around at your children, look around at your godchildren. Look around at the youngsters in your neighborhood and think, how can you as a church and as individuals help them and keep them on the right path? And the one thing I'm going to say is you can do that best by providing a good example.
28 additional prison officer posts are anticipated in the near future. Minister Abrams says his ministry continues to pool resources behind boosting and improving the staff complement at HMP Dodds.
Recruitment of 27 new officers within the last 12 months. Recruitment of 15 officers we are planning within the first quarter of 2026. Ongoing staff development training for prison officers to carry out prison duties. I'm aware that the prison is unique and therefore cannot and should not be treated like the wider public service.
During the last year, the prison service has demonstrated a willingness to partner with and give back to surrounding districts, and thus positively contributing to nearby communities.
Some of those initiatives included the Pathway to Recovery charity, which was launched in March this year. This is chaired by the Superintendent of Prison, and it assists ex-inmates by offering a structured second chance opportunity for reintegration and transition back into society, and offers housing and employment opportunities for ex-inmates.
Minister Abrams is thanking the staff of the prison service for their hard work, commitment, dedication, and tenacity. Nesta Henry, CBC News. The impasse between the Barbados Community College and the National Union of Public Workers is headed to the Labour Department. Confirmation of this from General Secretary of the NUPW, Richard Green, who says the union has asked the Chief Labour Officer to treat the case as urgent matter to hopefully have a resolution within a matter of days. At issue is the BCC selection to fill a vacant post. This led to unionized BCC staff taking protest action outside the gates on September 30th and subsequent discussions between the union and the college's management. Green says the BCC is an institution of learning and measures must be taken to avoid unsettled staff in the interest of all, especially students.
The Barbados Community College has written to the Office of the Chief Labour Officer requesting mediation in the impasse between itself and the National Union of Public Workers. The NUPW has respectfully consented to sit with the Chief Labour Officer in the process of mediation to see if we can have, if his office can reach a reasonable resolution in the current impasse.
Last Friday, the BCC issued a statement advising that discussions with the NUPW have concluded without a final agreement at this time. It said despite significant progress, both parties were unable to reach consensus on the matter. Mr. Green says he's not at all surprised with BCC's announcement that the talks concluded without a resolution.
During the discussions, NUPW presented its position, and the Barbados Community College responded with its position. The two parties opted to look at varying options that they felt could be a reasonable solution, and those options presented by the two parties were unable to reach an agreement. So it is not surprising.
An increase in substance abuse among women has been observed in Barbados. This was revealed during the Verdun and Marina House 10th anniversary church service at the Trinity Ministries today. Trevor Thorpe has that story.
For more than a decade.
Alison Gotep is Director of Clinical Services and Executive Team Member at Verdun and Marina House. Addressing the anniversary service and speaking on the theme, Wellness in Motion, Recovering Persons and Empowering People, she highlights several pressing issues that have been getting their attention. She says, for example, reaching out to women and making sure they receive the support they need remains a top priority, especially as they mark 10 years since opening their doors in 2015.
We do know that there's definitely, unfortunately, an increase with women having substance use disorders and using, and therefore one of the things that we have really been battling with is the barriers into treatment. Women have a way of appearing more resilient, so they struggle sometimes to ask for help, unlike our male counterparts. So what we have done is to ensure that we meet the women where they're at, looking at not just for them to come into treatment, but even having wellness retreats, coming in on a day program, or being part of our outpatient services, just so that we can normalize asking for help.
Ms. Godep says during the celebrations, they would focus on raising awareness about the services provided by Verdun and Marina House.
So we offer therapeutic interventions, we offer non-talk therapy, we do animal therapy, we do creative arts, we also do life skills, and sometimes we just want to speak to someone. So we do have a 24-hour hotline, which is 243-0038, where you can just ring and talk to somebody and just, because life is life.
She adds that it is an all-society concern and is sending a call.
We as a community in Barbados really do need to help ladies, and we understand that ladies can be the backbone of our society, and by helping one person, even if that's just asking them how they're doing and sincerely wanting to know how they're doing, it really does help us to develop the community, strengthen the family, strengthen individuals, which is a key component of Barbados and our developing nation.
Ms. Godep also notes that some of the women are the breadwinner in the household, and it is important they get the help they need. Trevor Thorpe, CBC News.
Coming up, a change of guard in the Cadet Corps. The Barbados Cadet Corps is now under new leadership. Lieutenant Commander Carl Farley took over at the helm yesterday from Commander David Dowridge, and a call has been made for qualified, interested people to join the ranks as adult officers to help with the development of the nation's youth. Rachel Agar tells us more.
The parade square at St. Anne's Fort set the scene for the change of command parade, which saw Lieutenant Commander Carl Farley take over the reins from Commander David Dowridge. In his final address as Commandant, Commander Dowridge, who headed the Corps for the last 3 years of his 52 years of military service, reminds all that service is not for accolades, but rather is about commitment. And he thanks all those who supported him during his leadership.
This is the best youth program, youth development program in this country, and I dare say throughout the Caribbean. This Corps needs to reinforce the fact that it is a school-based program. It is a school-based program, and we must make sure that the schools, the principals, the ministry make room within the school's curriculum for the Barbados Cadet Corps.
Cadets took charge of the evening, led by Parade Commander, Cadet Senior Under Officer Christian Seeley, with 6 cadet officers, 6 sergeants major, and 160 other ranks from the Barbados Cadet Corps Infantry, Sea Cadets, and Band. And Commander Dowridge says it is imperative that the young people get the opportunity to serve as well.
We must make sure we empower the cadets to do the things that we expect, to give them the opportunity to lead, to learn, to administer, etc. We must make sure that they are empowered.
New Commandant Lieutenant Commander Farley vows to continue the legacy of those before him and has pledged to increase the numbers within the Corps with a focus on the Sea Cadet Division. And he invites all adults interested to join them in shaping the nation's youth.
We cannot increase the Corps numbers without adult officers to run the Corps. And this is where I'm appealing to the public. For those people who are willing, able, and certainly you have to be qualified and vetted, but we need people to come and help with the youth.
Lieutenant Commander Carl Farley is the 9th Commandant of the Barbados Cadet Corps. Rachel Agard, CBC News.
Sports time. Good evening. I'm Damien Best. Well, Wildy have repeated as the BCA Super Cup champions after they beat Gladiola by 51 runs in the 2025 final at Kensington Oval this evening. Winning the toss and opting to bat, Wildy posted a respectable total of 227 for 9 off their 50 overs. Player of the match, Desmond Currency, led with 56 not out. Carlos Maynard added 42 and Demetrius Richards 40. Miguel Cummins, he snapped up 4 for 47. In reply, Gladiola were in trouble at 77 for 5 and eventually folded for 176 in 37.2 overs. Tariq O'Neill was brilliant. He took 5 for 29, while Currency returned to take 2 for 35. And Zishan Motara 2 for 24. Ashley Nurse, he top scored at 44, and Carlin Bowen Tuckett 42 in that losing effort. Here are the highlights.
That must be close, given. And he's bowled him.
This one he's bowled down. A good delivery from Ashley Nurse.
Jordan Passad, all these fine spinners. Lovely shot. That will beat the field. That's too short, but he could get a wicket here. And he does.
Not reaching the final.
No, that's hit away. Down to long off. Catch taken. So I'll try and just maybe confirm there's an appeal. He's gone, caught at the wicket.
Ashley Nurse, as this one is caught and bowled. It looks like Akeem Jordan.
That's a lovely shot. Beautifully played. And he's bowled him. Another drive. He's batting beautifully. That's gone to the boundary. And maybe that is the stroke of the day. And what a way to bring up the Currency.
In terms of pushing and pulling, he gets the ball to spin a bit as well.
He's gone. Big appeal on the back foot, given like before.
And extremely soft dismissal.
There's a slight drizzle is coming across the ground.
Willie at a similar stage. The prize wicket of Javonte de Pisa.
That's a
and
big wicket
would
again.
you believe it?
In the air. Caught down at the long off area. Oh, he gets him.
Most of the balls that are left in the innings.
He's bowled him on the back foot. Oh! Wow! What a delivery to end it. Wildy winning the championship with a dominant performance, defending a score of 227.
Tonight's highlights from the Prime Minister's Cup are coming to you with the compliments of Powerade. Pause is power. And Dasani. Live first, Dasani after.
10 minutes in, Pride of Galhill with the first corner in this match against Benfica. And the set piece is bundled over the line by Shamari Bess. Galhill up by 1. The score stayed 1-0 up until the 77th minute. Referee Seth Thorne points to the spot for a handball. Benfica with a chance to level proceedings. Tranico Carter-Brown then stepped up and sent the keeper the wrong way from 12 yards. Galhill 1, Benfica 1. But Pride of Galhill went in search of a winner and found it, where Darico Marquez with a major through ball and Shakiri Montley nutmegs the keeper to make it 2-1. Galhill into the round of 16 of the Prime Minister's Cup. The nightcap fixture was Wotton in the pink versus Notre Dame, and it took a single goal to decide it. 3rd minute, Misty at the back, and Doreen Guilford punishes the Dame's defence with a neat finish. Wotton 1, Notre Dame 0. And Mark Goodrich Boyce, CBC Sports.
And that's our news. Thank you for joining us, and do enjoy the rest of your evening.